Yes.
More so.
But I would say it's still more hardcore than the average place, for sure.
It is so open in terms of how people decide to structure their camps. Some people have very little sparring. Like Cowboy was telling me, he hardly spars at all. I mean, he does just technical work and pad work. He's like, I already know how to fight.
He used to be completely opposite, though, right?
Yep.
He used to spar, and now he switched it up.
But that's when he started doing much better, he said. He said it really made a big difference because he was going into fights damaged. Because, you know, he's so hardcore himself that sparring with him ultimately must become more hardcore. It's just he's such a fucking wild man.
Robbie Lawler did something similar as well.
Same thing. But
I think Tony Ferguson was just speaking about that as well. About it. No sparring.
Yep.
Tony had no sparring in preparation for his last fight?
That's what I saw in the post-fight interview.
What makes sense about that with him, though, is that he was coming off of a catastrophic knee injury. I mean, he literally tore his ligament off the bone and had to have it put back on, and then 6 months later, he was fighting.
That's incredible.
There's not a whole lot of human beings like that guy.
Yeah.
He's a real freak.
That level of grit, determination to come back from that injury and to perform like he did with Anthony Pettis.
Yeah.
That was my favorite fight of the night.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was bummed out that Pettis hurt his hand.
Yeah.
Because he had his
not
moments
stop going
too.
forward.
No,
Ferguson.
He doesn't, man. He never gets tired. That's the crazy thing about Tony. You know, and Eddie Bravo does his camps with him up in Big Bear, and he says, it's nuts, man. They do hill sprints. Everybody else is exhausted, and Tony's just lapping them, just running back up. I mean, he's just never out of gas. Man. He'll work out 6 hours hard a day. And on top of that, what he does is he gets there, they rent a house, and then he builds his own gym. So they'll have like a house that they rent. He'll mat up the living room, and then he'll go outside. He'll put up a Wing Chun dummy. He'll hang heavy bags. He does it all himself.
I used to do the Wing Chun dummy too.
Yeah, man. I mean, he actually used Wing Chun in the fight with Pettis. He trapped his hand and hit him with an elbow once. And I remember watching it going, like, holy shit, he just used Wing Chun inside the cage. Like, it works. Like, if you really know your shit, he trapped his hand and then came right over the top with an elbow. And I went, look at that shit. Because he's always practicing it.
Yeah.
You know, he's always practicing Kung Fu. But he's a very, very unusual guy. Like, there's all this talk about a Conor rematch. Because financially, that would be a fantastic fight, right? Financially. But when you look at what happened, that was a dominant victory. I mean, there was one round where Conor did pretty good, the third round. Other than that, Khabib just sort of dominated him.
Yeah.
I mean, dropped him in the second, beat the fucking shit out of him in the fourth, and the third was a round where Conor did pretty good because most of it was standing up.
I think he won that round, right? Was that the first round Khabib ever lost?
Yeah, I think that was, yeah. But, I mean, it wasn't he won it like running away. It wasn't like that he blasted him in the body, had him hurt, and there was nothing like that. It was just he edged him. It's hard to make. I mean, I guess you could say that's the same thing that sort of happened in the Nate Diaz fight, and then Conor came back and won the rematch. So this is the argument. The argument is Conor was rusty. He's out of the cage for 2 years. He gets back in. Let's do and then financially, Jesus Christ, I mean, it was the biggest fight of all time. They're saying it's above 2.4 million pay-per-view buys, which is fucking bananas.
Yeah.
That's huge. So if it's bigger than that, and then if they could talk people into a rematch, I get it, but I don't want to see that. I want to see Tony. I want to see Tony and Khabib.
Earned it.
Yeah.
He's more than earned it.
And the Khabib, the suspension, let him give a little money to somebody. Come on. What's my take on it? Like, would keep, you know, the whole thing is fucked. It's not professional.
Right.
It shouldn't happen. But neither should people be fucking screaming shit at him while he's fighting.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess that was going on the entire time. He was apparently having, like, Dylan Dennis was in Conor's corner was screaming shit at Khabib while the fight was going on, which I guess gets annoying.
Yeah. Did you see the new angle? There's a new angle of video where Khabib's Russian manager, as Conor is tapping, he comes right behind Dennis and slaps him on the back like 3 or 4 times.
I did see that. Yeah.
Right. Kind of instigating something a little bit.
There's that. And then someone said Khabib, that Conor swung first, which is true, but Khabib had already gone over the cage.
And then
the guy was coming at him, and Conor swung at him. But I think it was already chaos at that point. Yeah. You know, it's all very unfortunate, but what happened really? No one got hurt. Yeah. You know, I mean, Conor got hurt more than anybody.
What was your point of view down there? I mean, did you Did you feel at all like, oh man, this riot's coming towards me or anything like that? Did it spread around?
I am so
through the
fucking
audience,
numb. I'm so used to people beating the shit out of each other. It's like, oh, now they're beating the shit out of each other over here.
Yeah.
It's just like, it didn't feel any more dangerous. I was hoping the chairs wouldn't start flying and then it wouldn't get too crazy. And I was really, really, really hoping that someone wouldn't do something stupid and hurt someone to the point where they would get kicked out of the UFC or suspended. But that might be the case with that one gentleman. What is his name? Zuba? What is his name? I should check my Instagram because it's filled with free Zuba. I don't know how to say.
Oh, that's what
that
I think I
gentleman's
just
name.
saw that.
Yeah.
Khabib's like training partner.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the guy that got
friends.
fired.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got fired.
His fight with Artem
But it's
was
supposed
moved.
to be with Artem, and not a bad idea to cancel that fight because it's so close to this, and obviously it's going to be so charged up. Let me find Homeboy's
Yeah,
name.
they just moved Artemin to fight Michael Johnson, I think.
Ooh.
That'll be a good fight.
Yeah, that'll be a real good fight.
Yeah.